All right, so welcome back to my channel. I go by Man of Many Toys. I sell toys on eBay. I sell used toys. I sell new toys, mostly used these days, but I've been listing a lot of new stuff that's been sitting in my death piles. I've been trying to get that up. And what I do in these videos is I try to, come here, I drop off items in my storage unit that I listed, and I also pick up items that I've sold. So I am just picking up today. I'm not dropping off anything, but I'm going to be doing a lot of listings tonight. And let me turn on my light, and we're gonna jump straight into it because I don't have a lot of time today. So we're gonna start here with the Chunky Girl. Step 2, Little Tykes doll. Well, not doll, but it's a toy box. I listed this on eBay for $100, and it sold for $87. I sent an offer out to a watcher for 13% off, and they took it, and it is going to Illinois. The shipping I had set at $79.95. I priced that out to go to California. So it's not going to California, it's going to Illinois, so it'll be a little bit cheaper. And I think I can just put it in one of those big Walmart boxes and put some filler paper around it and be good to go. I'll probably put it in a like a clean trash bag, white trash bag, so it doesn't mess up. But yeah, so that's so. All right, so I'm happy about that one. If she would have stayed here any longer, I would have had to charge her rent. So let's dive into it. All right, so just real quick. So I do have some items that sold that are at the house, and I got some items that sold that are here. So I'll dive into my items from here, and then later on I'll show you, well, not later on, but the second part of the video, I'll show you what's sold at the house. All right. First figure that sold is this little 3-inch, 2.5, 3-inch figure from Ben 10. I think it's called the Gravitac. Just a cheap figure. This sold for $5 plus shipping. Like I said, Ben 10, I always pick up Ben 10 regardless. As long as it's not all beat up, but I'll pick those up. All right, so for the next figure I sold is this Marvel Legends Jean Grey. This only sold for $6 plus shipping. Probably could have got a little bit more for this, but I think I might have accepted an offer. I have to go back and check, but I sold it for $6. All right, so the next thing that sold was this Walking Dead figure, the Governor. Had it in my R6 section. I listed it for $25, and it sold for $25. And it sold pretty quick because I priced it a little bit under the market price, considering the box condition. But for this person, they probably just want the figure. They're probably not even gonna leave it in the box. So good deal to them, $25 out the door. All right, so up next is Hellraiser Series 2. This is Skinless Julia. Comes with the arms, whatever that is, the heart or something, and removable bandages. So you can kind of take off the bandages that you see here, and it should end up looking like this, or like that on the back. So that's what it looks like. I sold it for $79 plus shipping. Someone came in and did like a lowball offer, and then within about 2 hours, someone came in and bought it outright for my list price of $79. So I'm happy about that. Let's hope we're ready to get this shipped out. All right, so next thing I sold was this NECA City Hunter Predator. I sold this for $20. I actually took a best offer. I can't remember what I had listed. I think I had listed for $30. I just took it for $20. Easy flip for me. It's a detail figure. Doesn't come with any accessories. I priced it lower to match kind of what what the base figure goes for. But a lot of times you'll find out when you're selling like high quality figures on eBay, you're gonna have a collector. They're gonna come in and they're gonna say, hey, so would you take this offer? It's missing the weapon here, it's missing the little thing here, and it's missing this piece here. So they always do that. But when I'm listing the item, I'm listing it at the price that I would sell it for, not including that. So they always try to use that as a tactic to tell you what you don't have in your figure. So you just got to know your value. But I took the $20 offer just to get things moving. But probably could have got 25, 27 if I wanted to. But I'll take it. And this is going all the way to Spain, international sale. And if you're not signed up for global shipping, you should be. Because all you got to do is ship it to one of the U.S. distribution centers. Pretty cheap, and you don't have to worry about anything after you ship it there. It's out of your hands. It's a pretty sweet piece, though. All right, up next, I sold this Naruto figure, just a regular loose figure with no accessories. And I think his name is Hatake Kakashi. I don't watch Naruto, I just know what they look like. And I know what the values are. So when you see these in the wild, just go ahead and grab it up. If you can get it for $1, $2, $3. And this sold for $12 plus shipping. This one sold pretty quick. That's what he looked like right there. Hatake, one eye closed. All right, so the next thing that we sold were these 3 missiles. These go to one of the Fisher-Price Imagine X pirate ships. It's called the Dragon Sea Serpent, and this sold for $9.24. And this was on my 23% off discount, so that means it was listed anywhere between 90 and 364 days, 65 days. So that sold usually. So when I get these, I get them in large bundles. So if I'm buying out a person's Imagine X set where they have a bunch of play sets and different things, I kind of look to see what accessories they have and different vehicles, because, you know, accessories like this, everybody loses these, so kids need these. All right, so the next figure I sold, this is from Disney Junior. This is the Nancy Grace Tea Party figure, and it is actually a cake topper. It sits like that, and this sold for $3 plus shipping. All right, next one I sold was this DC Superheroes Justice League Unlimited in my R3 section. This is Vigilante figure, clean piece, and this sold for $20 plus shipping. All right, so we're back at the house continuing the solds. So what you see here is a Fortnite Beast Battles Wildlife Pack figure. Comes with these 3 figures here and a weapon up top. This is brand new. I purchased this from Ross. I think I had about 4 of these. I sold maybe 1 or 2, and I got about 2 left. And this was part of my aged inventory, so it's a little bit slow seller. So it was on a 23% off discount. And then I actually sent out an offer to watchers and for 13%. And it brought it down to about $14.07. So $14.07 plus shipping is what it sold for. All right, so the next thing that sold was this My Singing Monsters figure. His name is Mammoth. And I think the battery is dead on this. The light turns on, but it doesn't. Yeah, battery's dead. But I put in the listing that it needs a new battery. I listed this for about $50, and I took an offer for $43.50. I got this in a toy bag maybe 2 months ago, a month ago. It came with this guy and some other My Singing Monsters figures. And if you don't know about these are pretty rare and, you know, worth pretty penny. So they usually go for around 40 to 50, 60 bucks, depending on which ones you have. So I've sold one for 50 already. So this one, so these already paid for the toy bags that I got that day and all that kind of stuff. So essentially everything that I got that day is free after just one of them selling. So if you see these around, make sure you grab them. All right, up next I sold this Star Wars action figure. His name is Commando Pow. He is a 3.75 Star Wars figure, and I sold it for $4.35. And if you take a look at his mouth right here, it looks a little weird. And I am not a Star Wars buff, so I decided to look up why his mouth looked like this. And evidently he is part of a species called the Porg species in Star Wars. And the Porg species, they resemble birds, have bird-like features. So that's why he has like a beak kind of feature there. All right, so the next item that's sold is this Ronald McDonald's drive-through Happy Meal toy. So how it works is you press this button and Ronald McDonald comes out to serve you. This sold for $4.67 plus shipping, and this hit my 23% off discount. So this has been listed for 3 months to a year. All right, so this is the Little Tykes toy box that I showed at my storage unit. So what I actually did was I had this large tablecloth that I got from the dollar store. Just a clear tablecloth that I had already. I wrapped it up, taped it to make it look a little clean. And then I found this box that had these toys in it. So these toys are just, actually not toys, but just the boxes for the toys. I bought a large lot that actually fit inside of here. It might have been about 50 empty boxes of Star Wars Black Series and, you know, different sets. I think I paid about $30 for it. So I emptied out the box, set these aside. These are just a little bit just showing you. But I set these aside, and I actually found one that the seller left in there that still had the figure inside. So this is actually brand new. So I think for the price that I paid for all these empty boxes, I can make up with this. Just have to check the comps on that one. But yeah, I had about 50 or 60 boxes like this. Took those out, able to repurpose this, and I think this will fit in here. Okay, so that's perfect, actually. And it fits so flush, I don't even have to put any kind of packing paper or anything around it. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna figure out the height of this. It's about right there. And I'm gonna take my scissors and just score the sides. Put like a little dent in it so that I can cut the corners down cut the corners down here, and fold it over the flap where I scored it at. They sell actual scoring devices that you can get on eBay, Amazon. It's like a little rolling needle thing that goes like this, but you can use anything. You can use a knife, scissors, pencil, whatever you want to use, as long as you cut the side flaps. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so that's what it looks like. So as you can see, I scored it. This is actually 2 boxes, so there's already like a little crease there. So I actually, I drew a little line that you can see here, folded the flap down. So it's not gonna be even if you're doing the freehand, but if you had the actual scoring device, you can go like that and make it even. But yeah, this is good for what I need. I might have to put a little bit of paper on top so it's not bouncing around, but it'll look like that. Look like that. Be good to go. And then I'll weigh it. Hopefully it's under about $79.95. And I will drop this off at UPS when they open up. All right, so this is the finished product. So I'm using my eBay tape. It's a lot of tape on top because this eBay tape is a little old. Sometimes it peels back. So I gotta make sure I have a lot of layers on it and then have a little tape that goes across horizontally to keep the vertical pieces intact. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm getting ready to go weigh it, see if it's comes out to the price that I want. And it doesn't shake, nothing's rattling inside, everything's held in place. So we're good to go. All right, and the scale that I use for my packages, no matter what the size, so this covers 50 pounds. I use the Accutech. Weigh it, and I won't be able to see the face display here, but I can press the hold button on the side, pick up the box, and be able to see what the weight is. So let's weigh it. I tried to weigh it a couple times. So the first time I weighed it, it was 14 pounds, 9.1 ounces. I hit that hold button. So I'm gonna weigh it one more time to make sure I get the weight straight. And then I gotta measure this box to make sure I got the dimensions right. All right, so 14.8, 14.9. I'll just go 14.11 just to be sure. All right, so I just printed the label for this package and the cost was $38. I charged the buyer $79.95. I charged them a flat rate fee before I knew where it was going. So it was going to Illinois. Price came out $38, and this is through FedEx. So I had the option of choosing UPS for $60 or FedEx for $38. I usually prefer UPS. It's almost guaranteed to get there. FedEx is a little iffy, so I figure I'm just shipping this one thing, this one time only. As big as it is, it should get there. Get there. Period. I think they're both going to get there around the same time anyway, so I'm good with that. But yeah, so in a situation like this, I'll probably kick back the buyer a little bit of some funds back to him since the shipping was about half of what I charged. If it was a little bit closer, I wouldn't worry about it because part of that goes into handling. But I'll send them back a little bit, not too much, because I got to keep some handling funds for me. Because I had to break down the box and all that stuff, tape it up, and make sure it's flush. So you got to charge for that. So let me get this shipped out. Got my label ready, and let me go drop this off real quick. Actually, I got about an hour before they open up. I'll drop it off in a little bit.